Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Dr. Felicia J. Lindsay, founder of AGR Book Club. Welcome to Deliciously Lit, the podcast where adventure, books, and cuisine collide. If this is your first time to our channel, or if you've been here before, say hello. I'm back. D Lit. Now, pour yourself a glass of your favorite beverage, settle in, and get ready for some deliciously lit fun. I am Dr. Felicia J. Lindsay here with the Vanessa Miller, all time author, best selling author. She's going to tell us about her new book that's coming out in September. And she got a spoiler for you to tell you about another great book that's going to be coming out soon, too. So, Vanessa, tell us about The Light on Hazley Street. Tell us about this beautiful book.
The Light on Halsey Street is my coming of age story book. This book spans almost 40 years and it is about two best friends who were more like sisters as they grew up. They
Mm-hmm.
looked out for each other and then something happens and it splits the friendship and it takes years to repair that the bond that was broken from something one of the friends does to the other.
Okay.
And but what the book is most about is becoming better rather than bitter because of the circumstances of life. As we get older, people have done so much to us and things tend to pile on. When
Yes.
you're younger, you can just blow
Brush
it
it off.
because okay, that happened, well, let me just go on. But as things keep piling on,
Mm-hmm.
this person has done something, that person has done something, and it begins to affect your life. And so I started thinking about that concept when I was writing The Light on Halsey Street. And
Mm-hmm.
what I know for a fact is that if we hold on to things that people that this person did to me or that person did to me and I just can't get over it, it
Mm-hmm.
begins to cause effects even within our body.
Yes.
And I show that in The Light on Halsey Street, how holding on to bitterness, how it can not only affect your relationships around you, but
Mm-hmm.
also affect the life that you were meant to
Mm-hmm.
lead. And so I want people, when they read The Light on Halsey Street, I wanted to teach lessons about becoming better and learning how to forgive and still shake it off, even
Yes.
though we're older now and we're
Mhm.
tired of people. Sometimes you can just be tired of people.
That's
I
right.
saw this one meme and it said, I'm done peopling for the day.
Now I like that. I like
Yes.
that.
And I laughed so hard when I saw it because as you get older, that's how you begin to feel like, okay, I'm done peopling right now
Yes.
because people are a trip. And so, but what we have to learn is that you know, we can still love people and
Yeah.
still we can forgive them and we can still go on about our day, go on about
Mm-hmm.
our life and still live a good life, not being caught up in the
Mm-hmm.
drama that people try to pull us into. So that's what that to me is one of the most important lessons in The Light on Halsey Street. But I also wrote it about the beginning of the book. It begins in 1985. So
I
it
remember
begins in the
85.
80s. When I was a teenager, I was a teenager in the 80s. And so it begins in the 80s and I wanted to show, and it is in Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to walk people through a stroll in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So I show them the schools,
Yeah.
boys and girls school, the other schools that the teenage boys would go and play basketball in the back of the schools, and
Mm-hmm.
just different streets that I walk people through. Now, I didn't grow up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, but my husband did. And
Oh.
he would tell me so many stories about
Mhm.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, that I finally said, you know what? I'm going to write this story. It's not his story, but
Mhm.
it's really about, I wanted to show his love for this community as
Yes.
I wrote the book. So the love of community that I'm showing in this
Mhm.
book really came from David Pierce
Yes.
and everything he was telling me about
Mhm.
as he was growing up in the 80s in
Mhm.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. And so
Mhm.
then as they age in the book, then that's when I'm beginning to show the other parts of the message that I really want to get across in the light on Halsey Street. So I hope people truly get this message, and I hope they enjoy this story.
Well, I think that they will. The big thing is the older you get, sometimes it's harder to make new friends. So to be able to keep those established relationships, to nurture and put love into those relationships and to
That's right.
forgive, that's a huge message. Huge message.
It is absolutely a huge message. And I found that out too myself because, my friends are, back in Dayton, Ohio, where I grew
Mhm.
up. I
Mhm.
moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I work
Mhm.
from home. And so it's like, I just feel like, well, I don't really have people to go hang out with here. Like I had people. Now my daughter, because she works outside, works at a different place. She
Uh-huh.
met friends. She goes, hangs out with people. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish. And
Yeah.
so one day I'll find some more friends. But
Yes.
cherish the friends that you make when you are young. If it's God's will, you will keep them a lifetime.
That's
And I have
right.
some friends that I have kept a lifetime so far. Thank you, Jesus.
Now, since you have written so many books, 54, I think.
Yes.
I might not be right, but I mean, you have a huge catalog of books. How do you start your writing process and how do you keep motivated?
Well, here's one thing, and I will tell you, when I got to book 49,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I began writing the same story over and
Mm-hmm.
over, and I didn't like that. And so I said, wait a minute, hold on, I need a change because I had always said I would write 100 books before I'm finished. Now, I'm not
Right.
sure about that number anymore. Um, because and so when I got to 49 and I felt like I had run out of ideas,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, how can this be when I said I'm going to write about 100 books? And
Mm-hmm.
so what ended up happening for me is that I had to change genres. I still write Christian fiction. That's
Mm-hmm.
the top label, inspirational Christian, whatever you want to call it. But I switched over into women's fiction. And then with my other book that we're going to talk about, that one is historical. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how I keep
Mm-hmm.
motivated is I have gone into a different genre where I am able to write. I wanted to write the woman's story. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the things that we go through. I believe there are so many super women in this world
Yeah.
that we take care of the kids. We still take care of our business. We take
Mm-hmm.
care of our family and our husbands. There is so much to the woman. We fall down, we get
Mm-hmm.
back up. We're watching out for our kids, our grandkids. So I wanted to tell those stories about what happens with us because I felt like it was just important. So those stories have
Mm-hmm.
really ignited really another love and a passion for my writing that I felt like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on? But now I'm excited to write again. And so I'm so thankful for that. And the light on Halsey Street, I will tell you, I love this book, even though there are some hard issues in this book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dana, her as she's growing up, her mother is a drug addict because
Mm-hmm.
I had to be realistic as I'm writing the book because what was happening in the 80s.
Yes.
80s was when crack was introduced
Yes.
to communities. And
Mm-hmm.
so I demonstrate that with Dana's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa, she grew up in a 2-parent household where
Mm-hmm.
her parents, they went to church. They took her to church. They taught her the principles of God. And so she grew up loving God and expecting things just to go well for her. But what
Mm-hmm.
happens when things don't go well for you?
Yes, well,
Still,
that's life.
yes. And so,
Mm-hmm.
even though one may have seemed like they had the easier road, I'm showing you what happens then as they grow up.
Okay.
And now they both have to face life. You know, Dana thrived later on.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
after this life that she led, that was not a great life, but she still had a lot that she had to deal with. And so I'm showing that how do we deal with the challenges of life? And so this book, as I say, will teach you lessons if you let it. And so I'm praying that people, when they pick up The Light on Halsey Street,
Mm-hmm.
and come back to me, you guys, email me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I want you to tell me, who was the light on Halsey Street? Once you're reading this book, who was the light on Halsey Street? And so that's the question I have for the people, because they have to figure that out as they're reading the book.
Now, will you have questions? I know that you sometimes have questions for book clubs to help spark engagement.
Yeah, we do a whole book club kit now.
Okay.
And so with each book, you can, when you go to my website, which is
Mm-hmm.
just vanessamiller.com, there will be a link where you can click for the book club kit. So if your book club is reading The Light on Halsey Street, go get that book club kit. We offer food suggestions, we offer discussion questions,
All
and then
right.
I have little tidbits that about the book and things that might be helpful. And we also have a link on the website where you can sign your book club up
Mm-hmm.
for a virtual book club discussion with me.
Love that.
So go to the website and take care of that. And I will see you to talk about The Light on Halsey Street.
Well, I love that. I love how you have really thought about the community and the community of readers and how you're engaging them in this process. So that is awesome. I love the kit and the food ideas. You know, I love that.
Yes. I'll tell you, I love my readers have been so good to me throughout the years. And so I'm always trying to think of what can I do? The Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
always trying to think of how can I give back to my readers? And the thing about it is I've started something called the Christian Book Lovers Retreat.
All
And
right.
that is another way that I give back to my readers. When they come to the retreat, it's built on faith, fun, fellowship, and a whole lot of books. And we try to just give whatever we can to them while they're there, because
Mm-hmm.
I know, especially with women, we go through so much all year long. There's something here, something there. Oh my God, we got to put out this fire. Now we have to put out that fire.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to make sure there's no fires at the Christian Book Lovers Retreat. There's only enjoyment.
Yeah.
It's fun. We do a pajama party.
I love that.
And the pajama party's whole message is, it is that laughter is good like a medicine. And so we make sure that our people are laughing and enjoying it. And Michelle Stimson is the one who handles that pajama party. And she just, it's just a ball. It is just one. She's a cut up anyway. She's so much fun. And so we have a really good time at the retreat.
But it sounds like you're able to give back to the individual woman and she can still grow in the process and let her hair down. Because I know working a 9 to 5 and doing all that you do, sometimes you're not thought of. So when you can give back to yourself, it just really makes that fire burn and you can give more to everyone else.
Absolutely.
Now, I want you to tell me about this new project you have.
Okay. You twisted my arm. I'll tell you.
No, tell me.
As I said, now I wrote a historical, and
Mhm.
I have to show this cover because I believe this cover is the best cover I've ever had. The book is titled The American Queen.
That is a beautiful cover. I
I
love it.
love this cover. But
Mhm.
the thing about it is, I love the story even more.
All
This
right.
book is based on a true story. There
Oh.
once was a kingdom in America, and they
Uh-huh.
were Black people after emancipation. And
Mm,
this book is about Queen Luella.
okay.
May she reign forever in your hearts. And it is a story about a group of people who traveled from Mississippi through
Mm-hmm.
Alabama, through Georgia, South Carolina, to North Carolina, to the Appalachian Mountains, and
Mm-hmm.
they own land that spanned from North Carolina to South Carolina,
Wow.
and they called it the Kingdom of the Happy Land. And so they basically created their own kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
King William and Queen Luella
Mm-hmm.
ran this kingdom. And also then it was King Robert later on, but King William and Queen Luella began the Kingdom of the Happy Land. And it is a beautiful story that you will want to read this story. And it is now available for pre-order as well.
Oh,
And so
okay.
wherever pre-orders are accepted, you can go and order this book.
Well, I can't wait to read that book. I love historical fiction too.
Okay.
I read everything. I read fantasy, historical fiction. I mean, you can't really I like suspense. You can't really stop me from reading. I just read. But I want you to tell everyone all your social media outlets. I want you to tell them your website. I want them to know where they can pre-order this book so they can be ready to read with us in September.
Okay, yes. So you can go right to my website, which is vanessamiller.com, and I have all of the pre-order links right there, and all of the links as well. If it's
Mhm.
after September the 5th, you can still order the book from anywhere. Now, places that are accepting pre-orders right now is Park Roads Books.
Okay.
Well, and Park Roads Books is right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you pre-order it there, I'll be autographing those books before they mail them out. And
Wow.
pre-orders will also receive this Bed-Stuy Brooklyn typographical map. It is the
Oh,
streets, locations, and different places that have been mentioned in the book. And you guys will get that. And because the book begins in the 80s, people who pre-order will receive
I love it.
80s style bamboo earrings.
I love it.
As I told you, I'm always thinking of ways I can bless my readers for
Hmm.
blessing me. So that's one of the things that you'll receive. But Park Rose Books, I will autograph those books because it's right here in Charlotte. Quail Ridge Books, which is in Raleigh, you can
Okay.
pre-order from there as well. And Riches in Reading, which is in Maryland, and you can pre-order from there as well.
And you're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at Vanessa Miller Pierce or Vanessa Miller Author. And I'm on Instagram at author Vanessa Miller. So please join me either on Facebook or Instagram, or join me on both. I greatly appreciate it. I'm on TikTok as well, but I'm still trying to figure
We are
out
in
TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok, it has so much information. What about Threads? Are you on Threads?
I'm on Thread, but I haven't really used it yet. I
Okay.
signed up for it, and so I'm gonna try my best to start using it because I see people keep joining me over there,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna try my best.
Everyone that came over from Instagram is on Threads. So whatever you post on Instagram, it should be posting to Threads if you converge your accounts.
Oh, okay. I just need to converge my account. Thank you very much.
Now, since we're a book club that love to pair food and drinks, you got to tell me, what would you pair with your book?
Now, and we've done this in the book club kit. You'll find
Mhm.
out that we're suggesting a barbecue for for when your book clubs get together and discuss The Light on Halsey Street, because at the beginning there's a block party going on in on the Light on Halsey Street, because it's in Brooklyn. It's the 80s. And they did block parties. And so block parties, you're having barbecue. So have your barbecue sandwich and have like sparkling lemonade, iced tea, but I like lemonade. So
I love lemonade.
Yeah, so I would suggest lemonade with it.
Well, that's what we'll do. And our book club will be reading your book in September.
Yes, thank you guys
so everybody
much.
Go out and pre-order. We
and
have to
invite me and invite me.
I'll invite you to come in and to do a live with the club and just talk about your book and all your thoughts. And if they have any questions, that would be awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming today. And I really enjoyed talking with you.
I enjoyed talking with you too. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing this and all that you do for authors. This is greatly appreciated, because, you know, if we can write the books, but if nobody knows about them, you know, what good is it? So I'm always appreciative when people try to shout us out, so that, you know, we can, you know, be out here and people can know about these books that we write. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for writing and keep inspiring us.
Amen. Thank you so much.
You have just listened to another episode of Deliciously Lit podcast with your host, Dr. Felicia J. Lindsay. Connect with us at bookclubpublishing.com. Don't forget to get the app, join the Facebook group, subscribe, and write us a review. See you at the next episode.